Sorry, guys, I do not do the video thing.
I don't think Marsha signed. There she is. Hold on. Here we go.
Before we get started, I do want to note, it's just Sherry, I'm sitting in my living room. If you guys hear the transfer trucks and the kids running up and down the road with their loud mufflers, I do apologize for that.
Hello. Are we here?
I'm here.
Yeah, we all here.
Okay. Wasn't exactly sure, couldn't tell. We appreciate you coming to the public hearing concerning the town of Bunn nuisance order. Are all commissioners here except for Nicole?
Yes, I'm here.
She's actually on here, Marsha.
Nicole is? Okay, great. Okay. All right. So we had an amendment to the town of Bunn nuisance ordinance that was Pam had distributed to you earlier. We've discussed this a couple of times here recently. It kind of got brought to our attention that maybe we needed to do some updates when we've had several issues here on the last few months, but really didn't have any way to take necessary action because of the limitations of the present nuisance ordinance that we had. You have before you hopefully a public nuisance conditions on private property. And also some fines that we use for our zoning ordinances that we could possibly adopt for fines for public nuisance. So at this time, I'll open it up for comments. Do we have any comments in regard to the public nuisance ordinance?
I don't.
Okay. Do we have any public, the public, Pam, expressed any comments in regard to it?
No, they didn't. I know Nicole sent out a email to everyone right before the meeting. I didn't know if everyone got it. She wants to hold off on doing the vote tonight.
Okay. Is Nicole with us?
Yes, but I think she is on mute and in the hospital room. I can read it to you what she sent if you want me
Okay.
to.
That would be fine. Now, we can note that this is a public comment. However, I just saw the beginning of it. I think she's making a motion. She cannot make a motion, but we can note it in the public comment period. Okay, Pam, if you'd like
All
to.
right. Yeah, it says, I apologize for not being able to be here to address this issue in person. However, I would like to have a motion, which you can't, to defer the vote on tonight's proposed nuisance amendment, as I cannot, in good conscience, vote for it as it stands. The amendment as proposed seems to be an extreme overreach considering the services we provide. It would be a disservice to our constituents to pass this as proposed, considering we do not offer any options for disposal of yard waste or large debris that other towns with this type of regulatory control do. We also considering adding regulations that we have no way to enforce and which may necessitate creating another town position that we do not have the budget for at this time. I do feel we need to revise the nuisance ordinance, but would like to use the next month or two comparing our proposed ordinance and services that of other like towns to see where the comparisons should be made. We cannot assume that our town will be taken, our citizens will be taking kindly to us coming up with new ways to find them during a financial crisis. I apologize for being unable to address this in person. Please take this into consideration and defer the vote until we have more time to reach a beneficial nuisance policy and obtain more feedback from the people of Bunn.
Thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
Has anybody else got any other comment? Any questions, comments?
Marsha, this is Sherry. I do have one quick question.
Okay.
I've got the nuisance policy, the one that Pam sent us right here, but for some, I don't know. The rates. What were the rates? Could someone go over the rates again with me? Because I can't seem to.
Well, what Danny had sent out with it, he had sent out the fines that we used for zoning. And
I don't know if it was in an email or what, but I'm looking through my packet and I don't know.
I just had mine in front of me, Sherry. Now I pulled out some more paper, and so at the moment I can't pull it up. I think it was $25 for maybe the first 15 days, and
Okay, I do have it. 15-day grace period on all offenses, let me see, that do not endanger public safety. $25 per day for the first 15 days. And that's beginning immediately. $250 fine per day for the next 15 days.
so you got a 15-day grace period to start with if they don't endanger the public safety or well-being.
Right.
If it does, then the fine starts immediately. But if it's just your grass is too tall, you've got a 15-day grace period. on
Right,
that.
and if not, then it's $25 per day.
Yeah, for the next 15 days, and then after, so you kind of get, and then after that, the next 15 days would be 250 is what we are going by at the present time. I don't know how many. So that's what we have for zoning, and I'm thinking that's what Danny was proposing for this.
So some of those items, in my opinion, defines or, cutting the grass, getting the grass cut is one thing, but like item number 10, and a building or other structure that has been burned, partially burned or otherwise burned. I know right now it's extremely hard to get somebody with a large piece of equipment to come in, and that we could be imposing fines on them really quick. I personally have tried to get somebody, and most of them are 60 days out, just to try to get somebody. But the cutting the grass thing, I mean, I can see where everybody should be able to get the grass cut in 15 days, but a larger item like this, it looks like this could really put a burden on somebody trying to get it done that quick.
Any other comments?
What Don was just saying with number 10 and stuff, that could be a issue if we had that, it being that it's a lot of 60 days out in doing that. But would that not be something that you discuss between the code officer and that person, and they could have an agreement or a date that they need?
It is, and Danny has been very flexible and willing to work with homeowners
Okay,
in these cases. As y'all well know, you can tell from our worksheet that he provides us with.
right. And I understand where, the other public comment there by Nicole that was made about the debris and all being, in people's yards, being we have a storm, we have to pile up debris and dispose of it ourselves. I know a lot of people, they burn it, in their yards. And I know that we've got some people with that situation right now going on. I don't know. I see here on one, I know it says any weeds and vegetation and whatever over height 12 inches, and go on down. And it talks about the shrubs and trees. Again, I think that's something that the code officer would be able to discuss with each individual. If that be a case.
Any other comments? Is Ben, are you on?
It looks like he's on, Marshall, but it says connecting to audio. So he
Alright.
may not be able to hear us.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other comments or questions? If not, we will close this public hearing and we'll have our regular meeting starting at 7 o'clock. Thank you for coming to the public hearing.